are you ready for the last session of the day? All right, let's get this party started. I wonder how many of you loved the movie How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days? I don't know about you, but I loved it. I sat laughing at the comedy of it all, seeing the ways, kind of in myself, that we inadvertently push people away from us. And so today I'm going to cover how to lose a job in 5 ways. In what ways are we inadvertently holding ourselves back from the best jobs, the best pay, risking our job security, and ultimately losing out on an easier course in life, right? I was a single mom for what seemed like an eternity. I admit it, it seemed like it was 1,000 years. And during that time, the decisions I made in my job, my career decisions, were all based on fear. They were fear-based decisions because I didn't want to get fired and I didn't want to lose my job. And that was driving most of the decisions that I made. And so I want to challenge you today to think differently, because maybe fear isn't the best driver to keep our jobs and to keep us in the right place. Because I would have to say, if we used to be hiking through tall grass in the job market, wow, has the job market changed. And it's a tumultuous market. I would compare it, if I'm going to use an analogy, I'm going to compare it to we're facing a vertical cliff. And if you want to find a job or keep a job in this market, we're rock climbers, because that's what it's going to take. It has gotten so difficult. One of my favorite rock climbers is Alex Honnold, and he likes to free solo climb. You know what that means? He likes to climb without ropes. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. He likes to climb without ropes. And at any point in his climb, he is hundreds, if not thousands of feet in the air, hanging from 1 cubic inch of finger shoved in a wall. And that's the only thing that's keeping him from plummeting to the bottom. And sometimes I think that's what we're doing in our jobs, is we are hanging from 1 cubic inch of finger shoved in a wall. And one little slip, and we're going to fall. And so today I want to talk about what are those things that are holding us back and keeping us from the job security that we can have. Number 1, brand less. We think it's only the work that counts. We're not worried about our brand or building a distinct uniqueness that'll separate us in the mind of others. And so we look just like everybody else. We're just another pawn in the game, and our skill sets don't stand out, and people can't tell what our passions are, and they can't tell what you are amazing at. And so we're not in demand. We're just doing a job. And I would challenge you to say that if you don't have a defined brand, then you are risking your job security in this market. Number 2, missing key information. And what I mean by missing key information is we're blindly walking forward, sometimes unaware of the laws that govern and protect us. So I'm going to tell you a story. I was once hired into a company, and I was placed in the wrong job code and the wrong salary from what I had negotiated. And I didn't particularly like that. I was hired at the same time as 4 other people. There were 3 men and myself that were hired, and they were put in the right job code and the right somehow I'm clicking away. They were put in the right job code and the right salary. And I had that job for 2 years, and I tried to get it fixed. I made a few phone calls, but I think I, like you, I didn't want to rock the boat. I didn't want to make a big deal about it. The business cards were right. My title was right. The letterhead signatures were all right. The press release that went out had the right title on it. So I had the job, just didn't have the pay. And so finally, after I worked that job for 2 years, finally after I left, I made a couple of phone calls to them, and I finally discovered the laws that govern and protect us when I got the letter in the mail from the company that said, we will absolutely pay you the money that we owe you, that you negotiated when you took the job, if you sign this letter saying that you will not sue us for the Equal Pay Act of 1963. That's 50 years ago. The Civil Rights Act, Title VII, or the Lilly Ledbetter Law. And that's how I learned some of the things that govern and protect us. Number 3, others decide my value. I let the company decide what they would pay me, and as the years went by, I slowly slid further and further below my market value. And what I didn't realize, which this was a shocker to me, I mean, you know how we are, we're women, we're cutting coupons, we're trying to get the best deal. That's a great thing for the company, right? If we're really saving them a lot of money on our salaries. The truth of the matter is this is an A-player only market. And if you let your salary drop to a B-player status, then you're basically telling the company that you're a B-player. And they don't want B players in this market right now, and you're risking your job security. And you'll find out if you lose your job, it's harder to get another job because you're so far below your market value. Your salary is going to equal what the companies believe you are worth, and they will not believe you have the capabilities to do the job if you haven't been paid the salary. And so we inadvertently don't fight for ourselves, don't research our value, and we lose market potential in our own jobs. I know you can research your value. You can look up your market value in the geographic area that you work and the number of employees that your company has, and you can see what your value is, and you can start fighting for that, and you can negotiate it. I know that you would not go buy a car and ask the car salesman, tell me how much this car is worth, and I'll pay you for it. Are you going to believe him, or are you going to do the research and look it up? You know you're going to look it up. I've seen you guys shop for cars. Whew, I tell you. I think the battery might have gone out. Can you advance my slide? Oops, back one. People will find me. Ladies, we do an amazing job at marketing for our companies and for marketing for our friends and for selling other people. We're really, really good at it, but we suck at selling ourselves. We just are not good at selling our own skill sets and our own capability. And so we kind of just leave it to chance. We aren't developing plan Bs. We're not making relationships. And we're waiting until people find us and just happen to discover what our capabilities are. We're not putting together an amazing LinkedIn profile and great pictures that describe what we can do. I scoured LinkedIn and I pulled down some pictures to just kind of give you an idea. It should scream professionalism and distinct differentiation. It shouldn't be a picture you took in the front seat of your car as you're rushing off to a meeting, or a picture of you and your boyfriend and you've cut him out of the picture. Ladies, I know you can do better than that. But what I'm really asking you to do is apply for 2 jobs in the next 12 months, even if you're not looking. I'm asking you to try on a couple other opportunities, and you're going to meet people, and you're going to make relationships. And I'm not saying you have to accept the job when you get all the way to the end. It's fine if you don't accept it, but what you will have is a plan B. You will have an option should the rug get pulled out from under you and there's a corporate takeover, leadership changes, or a buyout. You're going to have a plan B. This scares you to death. I know, I've talked to you. You do not want to do this. But I challenge you, if you can walk into the store and you know you do this, I've seen you. You try on a pair of shoes or a dress or a jacket or a ring that you know you can't afford. You know you can't afford it. You try it on and you look at them and you check it out. I'm asking you to do that for a couple jobs. Try it on. I know you may not want to accept a job. You may not even be looking, and it doesn't matter. Take a call from a recruiter. Go ahead. Start climbing with some ropes on. It's not the market to be hanging from 1 cubic inch of finger anymore. Number 5, results don't matter. You got your head to the grindstone, you're working away, you're doing the work, you're doing what they hired you to do. You're unaware of the problems that surround you, and it might surprise you to know that the problems that keep coming up at work, those ones that bug you to death, you're like, oh, here we go again, I've done this, run into this 100 times. Those problems occupy 40% of productive time for those employees, 40%. So I know it's risky. You don't want to raise your hand and suggest that you can take that problem on and you can solve it, but risk is necessary in this market. Companies need people to focus on the results. They need you to look for answers and be willing enough to not make decisions based on that fear of losing your job, but be able to stand up and make those decisions and offer solutions. That's what companies need. That's going to keep you job fulfilled in this job market. In summary, I am asking you to climb with ropes on. I am asking you to reach out and reach the summit of your careers and your companies. And furthermore, I'm asking us to band together and encourage our companies to abide by the Equal Pay Act, because it's been way too many years. And we owe it to our daughters and to future generations to come. We cannot leave it like it is today, with a 22% average pay gap across genders anymore. You can make a difference. We can band together and we can encourage change because it's the right thing to do. And it's time. And I'm asking you to go make it happen. Build a fabulous brand for yourself. Sell yourself in the market and create amazing results for your companies. Thank you.